Hi everyone, I'm Jen and I work at Cortland Bank. Some of my friends and I are celebrating Dr. Seuss Day with United Way of Trumbull County. Read with permission from Penguin Random House, we will be reading 1 cent, 2 cent, old cent, new cent, written by Bonnie Worth and illustrated by Arstades Ruiz and Joe Matthew. I'm the Cat in the Hat, and you know something funny? We're about to have fun learning all about money. Where does it come from? Can you answer that, please? I will give you a hint. It does not grow on trees. Just 1 penny each it will cost you to see the Museum of Money. Step up and pay me. People bartered to buy things in ancient times. They did not have pennies or nickels or dimes. This meant that a beekeeper might want to swap his store of honey for a farmer's wheat crop. If the farmer liked honey, a deal could be struck. If the farmer liked jam, it was the keeper's bad luck. People would fight over deals that they made. Was this a good swap? Did I make a fair trade? Perhaps that is why money was invented. It was easier to use and decay was prevented. It was easy to carry and count, and what's more, it was easy to save and was easy to store. What's an old form of money? I'm so glad you asked me. I will give you a hint. It came from the sea. Seashells were used to barter and trade. A handful of shells and you had it made. Feathers and eggs and leather and jade are some other things from which money was made. But eggs could get scrambled and leather got dirty. Money needed to last and be solid and sturdy.
So people mined ore, copper, silver, and gold. They melted it down and poured it into a mold. In the shape of a bar, these ingots were made. Folks hauled them around and would use them in trade. In the kingdom of Lydia, part of Turkey you see, the Lydians made ingots in 900 BC. Then someone in Lydia had a brainstorm. Make metal coins, a far handier form. We dug up these coins all over the place. Each coin has a lion's head stamped on its face. The Lydians were sailors, and you may have read that's how the use of their coins might have spread. Here is a fact I am happy to tell you. Folks other places began to make coins too. In China, the farthest of far eastern places, some coins shaped like cowries had lines on their faces. Other coins contained holes for a string to pass through, so coins could be carried together with you. A string of such coins added up to a cash. You tied up the string on a belt or a sash. In Greece, they stamped coins with various things, like a picture of Pegasus, the horse who had wings. This coin has an owl on its face, and my guess is it stood for Athena, the wisest goddess. Now, even today, some heads of state put their heads onto coins like Caesar the Great.
Here is a fact that we think is so neat. Money's made in a mint, not the kind you eat. Thing 1 and Thing 2 are about 2 mint dimes. Mints work much the same as in ancient times. Do you know how to make a dime? You should take a look at the dime and see both sides and see what it looks like. And then you would understand how they're going to make this. How to make a dime one step at a time. So we're going to show you. This is brought to you by Thing 1 and Thing 2. So there's the dime. Number 1, heat metals together until they are hot and all melted to goop inside of a pot. There's the pot, and there's all the goop all melted inside there. Pour goop in a cast, also known as a mold. So here's the mold. They poured it in there. And then 3, strike goop with an image before it turns cold. They'd strike it and stamp it, just like they did there. 4. Remove from the cast. Oh, isn't this funny? Time to have fun with your shiny new money. Would you jump in all that money? I sure would. Ancients kept money where they prayed and gave thanks. In this way, the temples became the first banks. The temple you went to save or to borrow for as long as 2 years or as short as tomorrow. Do you take money to the bank with your parents? Do you have a savings account? That's what they're doing. They're putting the money into a bank to save for tomorrow. Interest is the name for the fee that you owe to the bank for the money they loan you, you know? So there's the bank teller, and there's the person taking them the money, just like you might have done yourself. When your money is saved in a savings account, the bank then pays you a smallish amount. The smallest amount that the bank pays to you is the interest you've earned, and it's only your... The smallest amount that the bank pays to you is the interest you've earned, and it's only your due. The smallest coin ever is so hard to see. See the Indian phantom next to that BB? I don't see it, do you? You would think that they might lose count of their hoard, but dents in some wood make a neat counting board. From the islands of Yap come the heaviest ones, limestone coins 8 feet wide, each weighing 3 tons. Those are big. Look how big those are. Could you carry that? Carry these coins, some Yap ship sank. Could you fit a Yap coin in your piggy bank? Could you carry that and put that in your piggy bank? My piggy bank's not that big as yours. Traveling to parts of the New World with me, here are some Spanish coins I would like you to see. Spanish coins are really cool, and if you ever see any coins from a different country, you need to check them out. They're all stamped different. Spain's explorers sent home from the New World as freight golden doubloons in pieces of 8. The most valuable coins in those parts were these. To steal them, some pirates sailed all 7 seas. So they went all over the place to try to steal it. American settlers minted coins such as these, stamped with the image of local trees. Check out your coin in your piggy banks. Pull them out. They're all stamped different, so you can see what each one has. So see if you find any with any trees. For money, the natives strung seashells and beads in belts of wampum for their trading needs.
When it became a new nation and free, the United States minted its own currency. I have some with me, as you see. I have many. The kind that I have is the little red penny. It was made in the year 1793. Here's one that's a half cent you might like to see. Here is another one. It's also red. It's the penny we know as the Indian head. In 1909, that's the year I'm thinking, we began to mint pennies with the face of Abe Lincoln. During World War II, a brave time I do feel, pennies were made out of zinc-coated steel. We needed the copper for wartime, but then after the war, we used copper again. Some pennies I've shown you from so long ago are worth nearly $1,000 or so. Here is a great word you can add to your list. A collector of coins is a numismatist. Pennies to dollars, we mint the whole range, but mostly we use all these coins to make change. It's paper that's king, but paper gets rotten, so we make paper money from linen and cotton. When you study your money, and these days who bothers, you will find it on faces of our nation's fathers. What's the dollar sign mean? Could it be? Take a guess. Does it come from a U printed under an S? My numismatist friend has told me of late it might come from the Spanish pieces of 8. On the 10,000 bill, you will find the face of Abe Lincoln's treasurer, Salmon Portland Chase. Will you find one around? No, you probably won't. They no longer print bills of this size. No, they don't. If they print them again, do you think maybe that they might use the face of the Cat in the Hat?